Hello, fellow faithful. First of all, I need to turn the volume down. It is the world's greatest silver analyst, Bulldog here, back with more CLG analysis. I got a tall glass of water today, and I am ready to get into the game. We got pick ban already started here. The Azir Ezreal ban.
And there was a substantial buff to the shield for Shen, 20 extra HP every time you could proc that shield for trades in lane, making his lane way better. And Impact is one of the best at kind of
So for today's game, I just want to see improvements, especially around objective control. I don't have much of an expectation that we will win, but it's always possible. Also, Cloud9 lost earlier today, which puts me in a very good mood because I do not like them being at the top of the standings. Everyone just overhyping the crap out of them. So I enjoy that.
Yeah, it seems kind of weird to me because I am so much more fearful of how Team Liquid use Shen.
Ruin drawing the Camille bans. He must be absolutely destroying people in scrims with that. But the Galio first pick would be very good.
Impact specific ban, but it does leave up once again the Galio and the Twisted Fate. We're seeing Twisted Fate get through a lot more.
So I definitely like that. Or the Caitlyn. Ooh, I do like the Caitlyn quite a bit. She's had a resurgence, and the Caitlyn Morgana would be super good for our bot lane.
CLG, this was such a big part of his play and of kind of the identity of Stixxay as a player. All of the old school fans will remember his Caitlyn as his very best champion.
Great pickup there. I was gonna mention how I wanted to see the Caitlyn Morgana. I could see them locking in the Ornn here since they banned out the Camille already. It would be a very safe blind pick. The Graves, okay. I'd like to see the set locked in here.
We saw Broxa last week have the Graves game where he was 0-0.
Set Galio would be the 1-2 that I would definitely like to see here because it gives us flexibility.
Yeah, get over it. That was a while ago.
Okay, Morgana. Drafting that really powerful bot lane, that's fine. Set would be the best pick here because you can flex him any of the three remaining lanes.
His volley game especially, that was super recent. He was very proactive, going to game.
And it's just a super powerful pick in general. Hey, locking in the set. I like it.
Following through though, the classic Morgana Caitlyn.
And now it leaves us some flexibility.
You just land a binding and they take about 50% of their health and damage because Caitlyn's got plenty of time to lay down the trap, get her headshot.
It is such a nasty combo between those.
They're picking up the Kench, which is okay. Not a huge fan of that here, but it just gets bullied really hard in lane. So I think they just kind of pick themselves into a poor position there.
And I have actually told him this to his face before as the most sincere compliment I can give a support. I told him, Core JJ, you make Tom Kench fun to watch. If you can do that with Tom Kench, you are just a...
Also, Liquid taking Core JJ off of a playmaker, like not putting him on a more playmaking support, like a Rakan, a Nautilus, a Leona, a Bard, something like that, I don't think is a great move by Liquid, so... Okay, it seems to be just the top lanes getting choked out here. I mean, they know, both teams know that the mid lane pool for both these players is deep enough that there's not really any chance of banning them out into weaker picks. So trying to get an advantageous matchup topside would be very good.
So they're not
the
going to make
gangplank.
they're not going to further invest in any of these AD top laners. So they're just going to
And
take all the AD top laners straight out of the
we
gangplank.
could
No choice
have
but
our
to
top
switch.
laner locked in
Yeah,
already.
they're not going to do
That's the beauty of the set. We can
Well, Ornn banned away, and what's the remaining ban coming out here from CL?
we can flex
What
him.
do they want to deny to Impact? Kobe has frequently expressed over the course of this draft his desire to see Shen removed.
Jen.
Do we get to see it? No, the cannon banned away instead.
Also, the
Okay,
Shen
so
pickup
worried
would
about
be
some of
pretty
the-
good for us.
Some of the AoE Impact has definitely shown.
If I remember last time we played Liquid, they picked Shen, and just absolutely ran over us. It was disgusting.
Let's see what they're gonna go with here. They can save the mid pick for
Grabbing the crocodile. I actually would like to see the set into that. Or not set, Shen. I think it's pretty good. I also do like Gnar quite a bit. I think that's an underrated champion.
TL.
And I like to see Ruin pulling it out.
Spicier one.
It's not
Too much of
okay. So it's kind of exactly. It's kind of spicy in the sense.
Ooh,
that
the
you get a
Syndra.
lot, and
I
you're
do like that
"Is
pick
spicy?"
a lot.
Like some weird forward thing I have not heard of.
So this has been a very good draft. A Quinn would be terrible. Please do not pick Quinn. I would cry.
This,
I would cry a little less at
You see what
Yorick.
Aw. Come on, go back. Go back. Go back.
It's not going to be Darius.
Then you would have to play around the Quinn.
Rumble,
I think that's the
we're a
thing that's
little
kinda stopping
AP
CLG.
heavy and a little squishy.
Rumble still definitely has some
But
some heat to it in the top side.
It's
And also
it's a pretty
there's
solid pickup.
Some interesting itemization choices here for Renekton. See if we get earlier magic resistance.
And there's a small possibility it flexes into the jungle because it can jungle. It's just not great at it.
Something like that. Might have to get some defense for him. So
And
Rumble,
they lock in the
so good,
LeBlanc.
pushing the wave, getting
That's a
that,
good pick
AoE
in general, and with how squishy our team is in general, that leaves a lot of targets for LeBlanc.
CLG.
But we do have the Black Shield to help prevent the burst,
Especially around objectives. If you're the
and
first
Caitlyn
player,
is pretty
second
long
shot,
range,
Caitlyn traps,
so
able to lay down
it's
the
pretty
Bulldog
difficult
before, but as
to
soon as Team Liquid shows up there with the Rumble equalizer,
pop the
a lot of
Caitlyn.
teamfight potential here for these guys, but man, when you
So-
look at TL, especially in those solo lanes with Graves as your jungler, there is so much burst potential. There is such a high damage profile in these champions.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how proactive Broxa is on Graves because when
I definitely
am
like
game and as a
CLG's comp
jungler,
better
you're playing Graves and you have
quite a bit.
Winston
I'm
along
gonna
with your laners,
I think I
two laners
will
that
have to
are
do
notorious
that
for being able
to
play.
let it skip ahead, and
Keep his
let's
fingers our way in.
boogie here,
Liquid looks to just keep on
boys.
adding wins to that record.
So I think we definitely outdrafted.
CLG, Dignitas,
I
Immortals, and
I'm not a big fan of the Rumble
three of
pick
those
here,
based on
but we'll see how Ruin does on it.
expect to be some solid wins here
I would have
for TL.
preferred like a
CLG
Shen.
5 and 9, trying to stay out of those last two spots, trying to avoid a potential missing.
But an
out
upset here
loss
would be awesome.
entirely. One thing I do want to go ahead and take note of here at the very beginning.
Stix
is
is on
a
his
flash for Broxa.
his champ.
We have been seeing some Graves run Ignite recently to really just be super extra aggro, but this time around Broxa will not be doing that.
Okay.
And Smoothie, Morgana is one of Smoothie's champs, so I think we've and Syndra was one of the things Pobelter has popped off on, so we set ourselves up extremely well here.
Worry about HP. Look at the kiting flowers. Oh my goodness.
So wonderfully done. Look at this beautiful kiting
Bring
dash
around the
back over the
Rosie.
wall to get himself in a perfect position. Also want to note the cleanse here on Core JJ's Tom Kench. It is Summoner Spellbook for both of the supports, so they will both be able to switch things up over the course of the game, but Core JJ does want that reliable CC.
Ooh, good trade by Pobelter.
And as the
But
game
Jensen
goes on,
does
I
have
think
Corrupting
we
Pot.
talked earlier in Champ Select about, yeah, he can save everybody else.
Good trade
Who's
by
gonna save
Ruin.
him? Well, the answer is
So
still
we're
yes.
getting
Cleanse
we're
is
getting
still
good
the
chunk damage here.
The cleanse is
Touche,
get out of
touche,
jail free
Flowers.
card there.
Pobelter
Nice early trade there
just
on the
ending this man's career and pulling out the disrespectful emote. You have got to love that.
gank LeBlanc as a champion with no gap closers yourself.
Yeah, you definitely got to pay attention.
I'm a little surprised that our bot lane's getting bullied out a little bit because they are one of the strongest laning bot lanes in the entire game. We do have strong lanes top and mid, so Wiggly should be able to make some stuff happen pretty early, and it should put Brox in a tough spot because Graves thrives best when he has pushing lanes and can really start to invade the other jungle, control the river, do things like that.
There were fairly recent nerfs to Syndra that lowered the cooldown on your scatter of the week, which previously
That was a good trade by Impact.
try and use to interrupt the distortion of LeBlanc when she comes in for a trade.
And we have a good Tri-Brush ward up top to keep an eye out for the gank. And we have a good ward bot lane to make sure that they don't dive, and keep an eye on the Krugs. So doing a good job there in general. I don't know. Ruin will have to chunk down Impact a little bit more before they're able to get any sort of dive going. So he's just taking the Krugs.
Otherwise, he may have to deal with a jungler interference. As bottom side, you can see Stixay and Smoothie grabbing just a very minor amount of damage onto Broxa as he still completes these steals.
Yeah, they just need to okay, the wave. Liquid isn't. They don't have champions to really be able to dive there. They don't have any sort of hard CC in the bot lane at this point in time. Ooh, this could be very good. Pobelter missed the stun, but Jensen burning the W and getting chunked down. This could be good. This could. First blood. Aggressive play by Wiggly. Does he have W up? He does, so he gets to survive. Good smite to follow up. Pobelter needs to flash away. So well played by Broxa to get one back, but first blood onto Pobelter is a very good thing.
Yeah, his appetite has been sated, and Broxa heard y'all were talking.
But we should have pressure in the spot lane. But I guess because Wiggly has been topside, we've been letting it push into us, which is probably a smart move.
That's why Pobelter does the early ignite to keep vision. And then Wiggly just flashes right over with your Tempest Book speed. You can guarantee.
And Pobelter got the kill.
Broxa with red buff can 2v1 the aftermath.
Yeah, because Pobelter's out of mana.
During the time where Wiggly still had his decaying shield.
That is getting a little suspect in the top lane. But I don't know if Impact knows Wiggly's here.
He just flashed in front.
Oh, is that a solo kill? Oh, what? What the hell happened? Oh my gosh. The Q by Impact. Look at this. The last tick is proccing right now. He heals 32 health to save his life. Wow.
That is a tilter. I'm going to call that a 540-degree tilter, because you got to make at least one full rotation for that amount of tilt, and then you still got to end up upside down. That is the worst feeling in League of Legends to end up
that's tragic.
He heals from the triumph. A tragedy for Ruin in the top lane.
Oh,
wow.
Goodness. Oh, he's on the floor now. He tilted all the way out of the chair.
No.
Broxa's gonna get the dragon on the aftermath. They just saw the.
Yeah, we don't have any pressure bot lane, so there's not really any hope of us getting this dragon, and Wiggly showed top lane, so well played by Liquid. Really, really unfortunate that the difference in this top lane was 30 health.
Yeah, I want to see the exact number, because it's not very high.
The moment that each tick of damage from Flamethrower goes off, let's take a look. So, fully charged up
30 HP. That's just insane. Oh, he just stood right in the middle of the Flamethrower there, but he does a ton of burst damage. So
Wiggly waiting around. That's why he goes for this, but then
it's so close.
Oh my goodness!
That was HP.
That was sub 20 HP. That had to have been sub 20 HP.
We need to rotate over to help here.
Can tell us the exact
Sticks.
number.
Okay.
My guess is I know it has to be under 20.
We need
Sticks
I'm
a.
saying that's single digit.
Them not having bot lane there
That was
allows that. We're losing in CS bot lane, which with that strong lane, that shouldn't be happening. We're pretty even top and mid.
that. Those are the kinds of things that I'm sitting there listening to sad boy music. The whole screen's black and white. My whole life is black and white at that point. I'm just wondering about every decision that brought me to this point. Oh my goodness.
Okay, bot lane should start winning here because Stix has BF sword to Tactical's Vamsep, which BF sword gives so much more damage, but Tactical is just constantly pushing in the wave. They do have level 6. 3 HP.
Okay, well I don't think we're going to see a bigger tragedy this game or in the remaining game today other than
That's so sad.
Just barely missing out.
3 HP is the difference between 300 gold.
He's working on the Seeker's armband in his inventory. Really love this item for any AP champion going into an AD matchup. Gives you such incredible gold efficiency after it is stacked up. Impact going
And yeah, Ruin doesn't have flash, so he's just dead. And yeah, that's gonna snowball. And if that 3 HP would have gone in Ruin's favor, that wouldn't have happened. This game could essentially be decided by that 3 HP, which is just insane. Like, potentially a more optimal Rune would have changed the entire course of this game.
Immediately go repeat gank that player, because that is going to get you the mental
That's a good
edge.
snare.
Broxa with the Graves ultimate over the top of the
That's
wall,
a good chunk of damage.
That is 2.
But it's not going to matter too much since Tactical will just heal it up.
Over Wiggly. Should be able to get his warrior no problem. Next back, yep, there he goes. He gets a full upgrade. Warrior and boots for
Oh my
Graves
gosh,
level.
Brox is so strong. Impact is very strong as well.
As the set in this situation, you walk up to him, got your little bomby cinder. That's not going to do it.
Here's what
Not
you do.
when Jensen's joining him too.
Here's what you do. You gotta go down bottom side, and you say hit the bind.
Yeah, you do.
Wait a second.
We should try and create some plays around this bottom side, because if you can hit the binding, you can just kill someone with it.
Alright, we ain't going bottom anymore.
You just have to leave Ruin to his own devices at this point and try and play around a different point on the map.
I would highly recommend an increase in the prevalence of lane ganks, but it looks like it's going to be a Rift Herald starter up here for Team Liquid. Everybody heading up. You see even the bottom lane are making their way up towards this Rift Herald, so they're completely ready to
so
fight their way out of it as
who
well.
did...
Ash Arrow
Oh, we just
or
brought
Tactical.
Smoothie in by TP?
Auto attack with the smite from Broxa, and TL are able to control
So,
this
I mean,
one.
we should be
Also, we're building
prioritizing this
Summoner
next
Spell,
dragon,
switch over to teleport, and
because we don't have control over this top side of the map at all. We should be trying to get some control over the bottom side.
And CLG are not able to contest that one. You can see there's your Cinderhulk finally completed on the set, so he'll at least have a little bit
I'm gonna
more
turn down
ability to contest.
the volume a little bit more here, because I feel like on the recording it's probably drowning out my voice a little bit, at least making it difficult to hear me.
That's why I kind of recommend lane ganks. And I wish you could draw on the screen right now, but just walking through lane so you know you don't go over any other
And
division.
we're gonna hit the mid game, and it's gonna be weird because that's where our Rumble will spike the hardest, but our Caitlyn will have fallen off a cliff. So it'll be weird. Okay. We are working on getting priority down here. This could be good. Forcing out a flash from Core JJ. And we're getting vision and proper pressure and setup for this dragon. This is the first time I've seen us do this well in a while. Even though we're not able to maintain it, we at least set it up properly. We just don't have the power to really be able to maintain it. If we can spot the LeBlanc backing, then we could just rush this dragon right now. But we didn't see the LeBlanc back, so now we're not able to rush the dragon. And Impact has quite a CS lead up there now. Bot lane's getting out CS, which I don't understand that. We should have the winning matchup pretty easily.
Raz, where you at? He's chasing a Zoe balloon or something.
I like it. The casual Raz call out flame in the CLG.
He's let me die at Scuttle Crab at level 3 so many times. I gotta give him a little bit of payback somewhere. But Team Liquid is on to the Drake here. They're looking to give themselves a 2-0 edge.
Mid lane has Prio there, so we're not able to really pressure. Especially with Ashe having 6. Because if somebody gets hit by the Ashe ult, then LeBlanc Graves is just able to pop him. They're gonna pressure, drop the Rift Herald, probably get this tower. And so much of this has just been snowballing off the back of that freaking 3 health top lane. Because it lost us topside pressure in general, which allows Graves to really thrive, since we have to be wary about pressure in all of our lanes.
You were contemplating Renekton's item build in Champion Select about will he have to go for magic resistance? You don't think you can probably go just for the early Blade of the Ruined King into this matchup? And Impact kind of walked the line between both roads here. He didn't go for the full squishy Blade of the Ruined King, but he's not opting into a pure defensive option with magic resistance either. Instead, goes for the bonus health pool in the Black Cleaver, making sure that he's
So
still put forth a lot
right now there isn't much either team is going to be able to do except for look to position waves and get vision for next objectives. And so it's just this little ping pong for the next 3 minutes. I don't expect like anybody to die or any big plays to be made during this time. Just controlling vision, getting waves in places in a position that you want them in, and just farming up. Caitlyn finishing her first item is nice. What is Smoothie going first there? It's going in Ardent. So, ooh. That's a big chunk onto Jensen. But, yep, it's just all about vision lines, controlling vision at this point in the game. And Team Liquid is doing a much better job of that. They could look for a dive here on Styx A. Okay. Oh, this could be a big play. Ruin has the priority on the teleport. Core JJ should go down here. Ruin with a pretty good ulti. But Poe Belter goes down. It's going to be a 1-for-1 here. Brox is going low. Jensen's in the brush looking for a flank there, but we're positioning pretty well. Ruin should be able to clear the wave. And we shouldn't lose the tower, but they do need to be careful about somebody popping out of that back brush. Nobody is there, so it's just a 1-for-1. Got gold under Ruin versus more gold onto Impact. So basically everything was exactly neutral there. So things happened, but effectively nothing happened. And Impact is just going to be able to get this tower. Oh my gosh. They're so far ahead in gold. It's disgusting. But we're making a good play for Rift Herald here and using the pressure. Just having a faster rotation to the top side of the map to be able to get that. It's not terribly useful at this point in the game, but it can help us do about half health to a tower. But you don't get the major gold advantage of taking tower plates with it. So it's not that big a deal that we have it. Unless if you can get like a second charge off. It's not going to make too big of a difference on the game. Okay, Ruin having the Leandries, which is just a great item in general. And he's sitting at one of those. Once he gets his tier 2 boots, it'll be the strongest he'll be all game. Getting at least one charge from the Rift Herald here, it looks like. Oh, that's a good snare, but nothing really to follow up with. Impact with a pretty good flank position here. Could catch out Wiggly. Ooh, that's a very good equalizer by Ruin. It not necessarily because it did a ton of damage, but it zoned off Jensen and Tactical from being able to do any damage, and that should be a dead Jensen. That was well played by CLG. And that should get us this dragon. Our objective control has gotten so much better, and we used that Rift Herald in order to get priority in the mid lane onto the dragon. And for the first time in weeks, we look very good. And you can see Wiggly like pretty excited that that worked out well. So very well done in general. And if we keep playing like that, we stand a chance in this game. And Stixay is so farmed up, and he got a kill, so he is he's starting to get pretty strong. He should be able to back and get a Zeal and probably another dagger here, if not more. Oh, he gets a BF sword and kinetic shard, I think it's called. I don't know, but he's he's going for the Storm Razor next, which I don't know what the Caitlyn builds are, but I mean, it seems good. I do like... when I play Misfortune, I love going Infinity Edge, Essence Reaver into Storm Razor, because your autos just hit so fucking hard. And Caitlyn only gets like 90% of attack speed from items, so going more AD heavy in the build is probably much better. Okay, so the state of the game, it's going to be more that ping-ponging, ward clearing style. We could maybe see CLG try and make a play again, especially with Wiggly. Oh, Wiggly missed the E, the set stun, so that could be pretty big. Oh, Pobelt there chunking really hard under Jensen. And that puts him within, like... Why the hell did Broxa just auto the Baron twice and walk away? What? Why did he just auto the Baron? That makes no sense. He didn't, like, heal off of it. It's Baron. I'm so confused as to why he did that. Oh. Okay. Yeah, Pobelter mispositioned a little bit there because he knew Wiggly was there to make the play and follow up, so he knew at minimum it would be a 1-for-1.
As funny as the coaches are, that was 4 summoner spells used for CLG to get the 1-for-1 trade. Now, when you're evaluating... But it, like, they used 4 summoner spells, but it's set, flash, and smite, which you run Hex Flash on set, so you essentially, for offensive purposes, you essentially have flash at all times. Yeah, but it's a smite. Like, that doesn't really matter in terms of summoner spells used. And set flash doesn't matter too much as well.
Game over feels like I particularly think that one's good for using it as the when enemy nexus explodes, because you're just pointing out the obvious and rubbing salt into the wound.
We're positioning pretty aggressively in the mid lane here. We will need someone to go up top and match that wave, but we are getting river control around the Baron, which is pretty nice.
Some of those big moments can really inspire you to make more out of an emote than you otherwise would. They can put that fire in your belly. And
So, we got a minute till dragon. Nobody is really positioning for the dragon, which is weird. So it looks like Team Liquid might be looking for the Baron more. We're looking more towards dragon. We'll probably have to trade the tower for it, but we're starting to rotate over there. Ruin's pushing in this wave, so we can try and get position around the dragon. This could be bad. We do have Stixay's teleport. We have a teleport advantage there, but we're just getting positioning mid and top to be able to get this dragon on spawn. Or mid and bot, not mid and top. We gave up top tower, but I can't expect like perfect play. But we're at least prioritizing the dragons, which a Mountain Soul would be really nice for this team because Liquid bursts really hard. We're pretty squishy, and it would give us just a huge advantage. So just gotta watch out for the potential steal from Broxa. And we got it. And looks like Broxa should die for it. And nope, our entire team does. Okay. Wow, that was abysmal. And they just get Baron. I want to watch that again. What the hell? God damn it. Okay. So. So, Ruin is going around the back here. And Team Liquid's collapsing, like, in a weird, like, square formation here. Broxa should just get absolutely burst down here. He should be dead at this point. But Wiggly takes him out of the pit with his ulti instead of us just being able to burn him down. Burst him down with Pobelter's ulti. Wait, Pobelter's cast ulti. Oh, it's onto Jensen. I think he should have cast ulti onto Broxa to kill him and just get him out of the fight to start with. And then we could have played around the equalizer. Ruin does have flash. But I mean, it didn't really matter. We just got collapsed on and it didn't go well.
Guaranteed. An impact with the death stance had been completed on his Renekton. You have your full bruiser kits ready to go. Ooh,
and does Stixay die?
See you later, buddy.
He's Ignite.
It's not enough. Oh, he gives them the farewell with the Pingu.
Well
done by Jensen there.
Yeah, that's probably game right there.
Had a solid mid game to make up for the shakier early game, and all of Team Liquid's feeling good after this one.
All right, take another look. So Impact fully charged the Rage Bar on the Renekton with a flank. You know, Ash Arrow is dodged, and they had Black Shield. When Broxa goes in, he gets dunked back, but
Jensen, holy cow. He did so much damage there.
AoE damage on the back line and draws the Ignite, so then Impact can go in as well with Tactical just fully firing.
And Impact is so strong. Like, Jensen's ulti W did a ton of damage to our three squishiest members.
7,000 gold lead.
And look at that. We didn't do that much less damage to them. We did like 1,000 less, probably like 1,500 less damage in that fight. But they're just so much tankier. No, probably around 1,000 less damage. But they're so much tankier.
Look at the comparison across all four of the non-support roles. Every Team Liquid player outdamaged their counterpart in that last fight.
This could be Jensen dead. Oh, that's big.
That wasn't the best of plays, but hey, CLG will take it. And Team Liquid are now continuing to try to push in this 4 versus 5.
That should be big.
They will manage to take down that mid lane tier 2.
And Ruin, he should have ulti up.
Just to scare CLG away enough for them to grab.
But we at least are trading a tower here. And that pick onto Jensen really allows us to do this without getting punished too hard for it. So we're not giving up the base, and we're at least trading back, which is about as much as you can do here. Tactical just hit his Infinity Edge, which is a massive power spike for Ashe. She's gonna hurt so bad. Yeah, they have enough MR for the Void Staff to be the right call by Ruin, since they have 4 champions that have built MR. And all of them have more than one MR item. Well, no. LeBlanc doesn't, but there's enough MR for it to be the best choice. And they're probably only going to build more MR. Caitlyn is almost at the 3-item power spike, which is very big for her. They're looking to try and jump onto Pobelter here. But we stalled. Well, we've effectively stalled out the Baron without giving up too much. We can hopefully. I mean, getting Dragon Soul is kind of our win condition here. Yeah, we lose this tower. They sent 4. And they just have vision control. Look how far their vision line is pushed up here. They have complete control over every entrance to our jungle except one. So we do need to, like, I think we can afford to give up this one dragon and try and get to that. Well, Caitlyn did get the 3-item power spike, but just getting to late game on Caitlyn is going to be our best win condition. So we probably give up this dragon, try and farm up, and take the fight at the Dragon Soul, where we're going to have our best odds. So delaying our contest by 5 minutes is the right call, especially since we have no vision control whatsoever. And they were able to do that because of the Baron, because of our poor dragon fight earlier. But we got to try and scale up and snowball off of a miraculous fight. That's our win condition at this point, and it's not a very good win condition since we're down 8,000 gold and a dragon. On both of these squads at 75% crit chance with 3 big completed items. Also a stopwatch there in inventory, so it has the ability to immune through some of Ashe doesn't have 75% crit chance. She has 50%. Look at this big old lizard. Death Dance, Sterix Gate. Yep, that is a big lizard. Is just going to wreck whoever he dives onto in these fights. And well, he's going to be just incredibly hard to kill. And he's going to do a ton of damage. Like, that Renekton is terrifying. The Graves is going to be really hard to kill. Do a bunch of damage. Like, they're all going to be pretty hard to kill and do a bunch of damage. Ashe will be the easiest person to kill. But Ashe has a Tahm Kench. So, still going to be hard to kill. So it's going to be difficult to really get much going for us. This could potentially be good. Okay. We weren't able to really rotate over and get much. Didn't get like any summoner spell out of impact. Just scared them off a little bit. But they have complete control over the vision on the top side of the map. Their vision game has been on point. I mean, just trying to trade Baron for a single kill is probably a good idea, since it's a ton of shutdown gold, and we had no means to contest the Baron. So we're at least trying to generate small advantages.
and Team Liquid grab the second Baron.
And Jensen even got a counter kill. Here we go. Tom Kench coming in. Stixxay has to flash.
Oh, good sidestep. Except this could be really bad. Yep. Okay. Yeah, that was well played by Liquid. I mean, Stixxay played that as well as he could in terms of the micro and dodging the skill shots and everything. He probably shouldn't have been that aggressive with the Tom Kench ult up. So that's just going to put us... Stixxay's our primary wave clear. It puts us into a really bad position. Also, I don't agree with the 4 crit item build. It's generally not optimal in terms of damage and survivability. Okay. Okay. That's a good kill. And we don't lose anyone, so a 1 for 0 is good. Stixxay is up, so we now have the advantage in the fight. Ooh, Wiggly with a good stun. Just surviving the burst. Stixxay dealing a ton of damage. Holy cow. Oh! Okay, that does damage to Jensen. Ruin does have flash, so he could manage to get on top of someone here, but he does have to be careful because they can burst him down pretty effectively. But Tactical could get taken down here. Ruin's ult is back up here soon. Oh! But Ruin gets one. He dies. Wiggly tries to trade back. Gets burst down, but still lives. And Stixxay could go for the cleanup here. Can he hit the snare? Smoothie can't hit the snare. Stixxay going over the wall, killing the Croc. Okay, this is a free kill because he gets trapped. Wait, what? How did he kill him? What? Look at this. Look at this. He's dead. Impact is dead. What the hell? Impact is dead. Wiggly is alive. What? Wait, what? What the hell? What the hell? Wiggly should have lived there. Unless if the only thing that would keep that I could see as what killed Wiggly is if Impact has Scorch. If Impact has Scorch, that's the only thing. But if he doesn't have Scorch, there's no reason Wiggly should have died there. I think, okay, look at Wiggly's face cam. He's not sure what killed him. He might be looking at the death recap and being like, he had Scorch. But I don't know what his secondary tree is. So, but that's insane. Wiggly shouldn't have died there. Let's get a remake off of that. But Soul is up. We're not in a position to contest, so that is game. We're not going to be able to kill anybody. I mean, even though Stixxay does so much motherfucking damage at this point. Holy shit. Is the 100% crit. Hits from a mile away. And is built around the Stormrazor's like other passive where the damage from like the electrocute or electrolyzer, whatever the hell it's called, passive from both Shiv and Rapid Fire Cannon does extra damage. We could maybe try and pick Jensen, but it's gonna be really hard to burn someone, burst someone down as CLG, since they have the Mountain Soul, and it just gives it gives them a couple thousand. It's like I don't know. It's about a 300 health shield in each person, so it's about a 1500 health difference between the two teams. Like, oh, Stixay. I mean, Stixay hurts so bad.
But again, in order to make these things happen, CLG is sending multiple players to the bottom lane, which means they are not equipped to keep their base protected. It is two
But
lanes.
there's a Hail Mary of a of CLG getting an Elder Dragon and then snowballing that into a Baron to win the game. But we haven't taken like any objectives, so we would need that to happen probably multiple times, or like death timers to be long enough for it to be huge. Oh, that could be good. That's chunking tactical for quite a bit, but it is a pretty important ult out of Ruin. Not a terribly important ult out of Stixay. That's kind of what you want to use it for. I don't know if I agree with the engage here, but we are kind of catching Core JJ out. Good job on keeping an eye on the backside off of Impact. Jensen using his burst onto Wiggly, the person that we want Jensen to use his burst on, because he is the tankiest member of the team. Aggressive play didn't help us really, but didn't hurt us either. And wow, that is the power of late game LeBlanc. But this could be a dead Core JJ, because Stixay does stupid damage, but this could be very dangerous. Yep, and that's game. Yeah, that's just game, because Stixay is all of our damage. They get a free Baron, and they just gonna march right into our base and take everything. Oh, this could be big, but no, absolutely nothing. Wiggly in some danger. The black shield to keep him alive and safe from the CC, but Brox is coming in from the top side. He will not try to dive in alone, doesn't want to go for some 1v4 shenanigans, as Team Liquid will batter down this last remaining inhibitor turret. They should make quick work of that one destroyed. It is. Well, the Nexus turrets will be there next time. I mean, we put up a decent fight. We did not look bad. Team Liquid is the better team, and so it's not that frustrating of a loss. It would have been one that's nice to win, but it's just rough. It wasn't a terrible game. Our dragon control was much improved, and if we play to the same level as we did today, the rest of the split, we should make playoffs. They're the best team in NA right now, and we can't be ashamed for losing like that to them. And that Ruin play top lane was just a feels bad. But thank you so much for watching. Keep the faith, everyone. Like, subscribe, share this video, all of that stereotypical YouTube stuff, and I will see you in tomorrow's game. Goodbye.